Okay, 9 honors kids, this is one of the topics that you do that regular geometry does not do. It's called the angle bisector theorem. Okay, I'm going to prove this theorem to you. So we start off, we have a triangle, and we have an angle bisector. Now you know an angle bisector. Okay, so I will call this AD, and I'll call this BC. So given AD bisects angle BAC. Okay, we're going to prove that AB over BD is equal to AC over CD. Okay, I'm not going to make it a very formal proof, but this is where this theorem is going to come from. Okay, so number one, I'm going to start this proof, and I'll do the proof in blue. So I'm going to extend the angle bisector and draw a line parallel to one of the sides, okay? So that it completes a triangle, okay? Sorry about that. Let me get out of that so it doesn't keep making noise. That's just my email. Okay. So we know that angle BAD is congruent to angle I'll call this E, angle CED. And the reason it's congruent is because we have, I made this parallel, right? Parallel lines, alternate interior angles are congruent. Now, we also know that I will call this angle 1 and angle 2 as a shortcut. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 because vertical angles are congruent. So these two triangles are congruent, triangle 1 and triangle 2. So I will call it triangle BAD. I mean, they're similar. I think I said congruent. I tend to do that by accident. I apologize. Is similar to triangle CED by angle. Congruent to angle. Now, since that's true, we can say that AB corresponds to EC in the same way that DB corresponds to DC. Those are corresponding sides of similar triangles, which are in proportion. Corresponding sides of similar triangles are in proportion. Okay, but keep in mind, right, that EC, right, if you look at EC, okay, that is actually going to be the same, okay, because there's more information in this picture. So we also know that this angle is congruent. And, all right, when we extended this angle bisector and drew the parallel line, we wanted to complete the this triangle, but we completed it so that these sides are congruent. That's an isosceles triangle. Okay, so you have to do that because what I want to do is I want to replace EC with AC. Because I'm interested in the triangle at the top, not this Roman numeral 2, right? So I have AC is congruent to EC, okay, by definition of an isosceles triangle. So then I can replace AB over AC is DB over DC. That's substitution property. Okay, and then I can rearrange this. I can just take this and rearrange it and have AB over DB equals AC over DC. Okay, why am I allowed to rearrange that? That's just a property of proportions, right? Okay, so that proves the angle bisector theorem. This is the same thing. BD is the same thing as DB, and CD is the same thing as DC. All right, let's take a look at some problems, okay? You may have to repeat that proof because this is 9 honors. You may have to do a proof of this sort. I haven't decided yet, okay? All right, let's look at problems. Okay, so we have the angle bisector theorem, right? I'm just going to leave this at the top of the page. So the angle bisector theorem tells us that A over C is B over D. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's look at a problem. Example 1. In triangle ABC, pictured below, AD is the angle bisector of angle A. Okay, if CD is 6, CA is 8, and AB is 12, find BD. Okay, so here we go. C, A, B, and AD is an angle bisector. So these angles are congruent. So we have CD measuring 6, CA is 8, AB is 12, and we want the measure of DB. So we would just do 12 is to X as 8 is to 6, cross multiply, divide, and then you're done. Okay, so it's really a matter of knowing the theorem. There will be more algebra involved. All right, let's take a look at a problem that has a little more algebra. Example 2. The sides of triangle ABC, pictured below, are 10.5, 16.5, and 9. An angle bisector meets the side length of 9. Okay, find X and Y. All right, so we have triangle ABC. And then we have the angle bisector meeting the side of length 9. Okay, So I have to put these numbers in the picture. This is 10.5. This is 16.5. So it would stand to reason that the angle bisector is going this way. This is 9. And then we want to find x and y. Okay, so we have 10.5 over y, right, equals 16.5 over x. Well, we have a problem because we have two variables. So how can I change one of the variables? Well, can't I represent y as 9 minus x, right? So y is equal to 9 minus x. So we have 10.5 over 9 minus x is 16.5 over x. So we're going to cross multiply. You might want to take out a calculator, or you could try mental math. I mean, it's not that horrible, because if you multiply 9 times 16 and a half, you could just do 10 times 16 and a half minus 16 and a half. And so you get 148 and a half. And then I'm going to bring the like terms together. So I'm going to bring the 16.5x over to the left. By now, you guys certainly can do that in your heads. Then I need to divide. So when I divide, I get 5.5. Now to find, okay, so that is x, right? So therefore, y is 9 minus x, so that's 9 minus 5.5, which would be 3.5. Okay, as you can see, these problems really aren't bad. Let's look at one that's a little more of a challenge. Example 3. We're going to find BZ, CU, UZ, and BU. Okay, let me draw the picture. So this is a little different than the other questions because I have a right angle. And my angle bisector is going to be at angle B. Okay, this topic will not be on the Regents, by the way. 6. Make this side 8. And then, all right, that's everything we're given. Okay, so that's all I give you. So number 1, how can we find BZ? We could just use the Pythagorean theorem, or we could use the triple. 3, 4, 5 triple. Okay, or if I call this x, 6 squared plus 8 squared is x squared, because we're looking for the hypotenuse. 36 and 64 is 100. Square root of 100 is x, so x is 10. All right, so I have that. Then I have to figure out what to do from there. So I have this, I'm going to call this x. Oh, not x, because I already used x. I will call this y. Then it stands to reason that this other piece, oh, I need to call this u, sorry. This was u. So if that's y, this is 8 minus y. So this is going to allow me to find CU and UZ. CU and UZ. Okay, so I'm going to make a proportion. So I'm going to have 6 over y equals 10 over 8 minus y. So that would be 10y is 6 times 8 minus y. 10y is 48 minus 6y. Bring the 6 over. You're going to get 3. So that's CU. CU is 3. And let me just make sure I write BZ is 10. CU is 3. And UZ is 8 minus 3, or 5. And the last thing I want to find is BU. So in order to find BU, I have to use the Pythagorean theorem again. So now I have this little skinny triangle, right triangle here, right? This is BCU. This is 3, this is 6, and we'll just call this M. Doesn't matter. So we have 3 squared plus 6 squared is M squared. So that's 9 and 36, which is 45. The square root of 45 can simplify into 9 times 5. So that's 3 rad 5. Okay, guys, that concludes this video. See you in class.